Hello and welcome to the Park Bench. My name is David Hawksworth. I'm your host, and today I'm with Parks and Rec Director Jeff Hammond. Jeff,
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here in beautiful Oakdale Park. And it's a beautiful November day to be in our parks. And
almost too warm.
yeah, it is a little too warm actually, facing the sun.
Right.
And yeah.
So, well, as we said, we're into fall, and the leaves are falling. Grass is not growing anymore. It might be logical to conclude that the park staff doesn't have anything to do at this time of year, but that's certainly not the case.
Yeah,
There's
not true.
A ton of stuff going on.
Yes.
And one of the things that is most noticeable is right behind us, and that's the new pickleball courts.
Yeah, we have new pickleball courts that are being installed, or we're waiting for a few final details. We have, you might be able to see on camera that we're missing some gates. We have perimeter gates that are coming to finish off the project. Our intention with pickleball is, of course, to make them publicly available, and they will not be locked. Anybody can come on the courts and play pickleball. Matter of fact, we're going to try to make some paddles and balls available so we can encourage public play. You can make a reservation though, and that'll be a free reservation. And through our online registration system, you can go online and be able to reserve a court. So if you want to secure your time and court here at the pickleball complex, you can do so, but it would be free. There will be no charge or reservation.
Okay.
Kind of operated kind of similar to how our shelters do. First come, first serve, unless there's a reservation. If there's a reservation, we'll have a reservation board up. You can check that board and see if there's a reservation, or see if your reservation's up there. And we're anticipating this opening before the end of the year. I don't have a deadline or timeline as to when the gates will arrive, but as soon as gates get here, we'll be substantially completed, and we'll be able to open up to the public.
All right.
I'm excited.
Well, yeah, and I think it's a testament to everybody at the Parks and Rec staff how responsive you were to citizen concerns about there not being enough pickleball courts,
Right.
and coming up with a plan pretty quickly to make this a reality.
Yeah, someone approached us about donating funds for this court. We did have a slow start, but we made it happen pretty quickly. We recognized the fact that we didn't have any outdoor pickleball courts at all. Since we had demoed the existing tennis courts that were here, or the previous tennis courts that were here, they were playing pickleball on those courts. But once we said, well, we got to stop in August, and we were able to get this done. Now it's November and we're almost done. So I think that's pretty quick. And as you can see behind us, there's, in the noise maybe, there's someone restoring the grass and putting down grass seed, to restore where the north tennis courts once stood. And that'll be recreational space for Oakdale Park. It'll also be space for the Smoky Hill River Festival to maybe expand on offerings. We're retaining the lights. The lights will still be there, so if someone wanted to reserve the space for a flag football game and wanted to play at 10 p.m., they could do so. The lights are still active and functioning. And so we're excited about that.
All right. Well, they certainly look beautiful, and with the rate that the sport is growing, the sport of pickleball, I'm sure these courts will be filled up in no time.
Yeah, 12% growth a year or something like that, and on average. So I think we'll get our money's worth, and this will be used quite a bit. To the north of us, actually, we have another project that's starting after the holidays. The former skating pond, which hasn't been used as a skating pond since the 2000s, will be demoed, and that'll be a similar treatment where we're going to go in with soil and treat it with grass seed so we can get grass growing next spring. And that's starting here in December. So there'll be some activity at Oakdale Park.
And some older residents may remember a long, long time ago that the Smoky Hill Museum was right by the skating pond.
Right, and a swimming pool.
Yeah, and it was a swimming pool at one time, yeah.
Yes.
So it's kind of a storied history, but I think the time is right to get rid of it and make it a better space in the future.
I agree.
So, well, this is all part of a huge master plan that's been formulated for the Parks and Rec Department.
Yes.
Has over 180 items on it. It's going to take multiple years to complete, but you guys have made tremendous progress on it already.
Yeah, we've been very focused on addressing deferred maintenance in our park system, whether it be here at Oakdale Park or at Jerry Ivy Park or some of our neighborhood parks. And we have made some good progress. Using Oakdale Park as an example for all of our parks, we've replaced all of our older style drinking fountains, put in new grills, painted all of our shelters, painted all of our picnic tables, painted all of our benches. So we're trying to make ourselves represent our community better and bring it up to a higher standard.
We'll have all new trash receptacles coming.
Yeah,
next year.
we're getting ready to purchase all new trash. Well, we're ready to purchase them. All new, nicer, instead of a former old receptacle or barrel, if you will. We're upgrading that, and it'll be some heavier metal products. We'll be in here in the spring doing bathroom remodels. So we have 3 bathrooms at Oakdale Park, and that's ongoing. And we're currently in the tennis complex working on those bathrooms. So,
been a lot of concrete improvements as well.
Concrete improvements. Oakdale Park had some parking lot improvements. I think our biggest impact has been made on ADA parking and making ADA spots available in some of our neighborhood parks, which didn't have any parking. And now we have the option of parking, including that ADA capability for that park to be accessible, and not only the parking lot, but the sidewalk from the parking lot to the playground or to the shelter house. So that's been a remarkable improvement.
Yeah. And I know you have some major projects coming up in terms of like the Indian Rock Lodge and things like that.
Parking at parking lots. We have that gravel lot at Indian Rock Lodge, converting that to concrete, addressing a lot of drainage issues since it's at the top of a hill, and also at the lower part on the north side, putting in some additional parking to service the shelter there as well.
Well, we've got 26 parks in the system, and all of them are getting some TLC, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, they are getting some TLC. We're looking at recently. We as the community knows, I think we've demoed the pond. We no longer have a pond at Jerry Ivy Park, but we are looking at a water feature to replace that with. And we're getting ready to this winter have a kind of a request for qualifications for designing and engineering for that water fountain, and addressing other amenities at Jerry Ivy Park, whether it be the gazebo, the memorial to the fallen police officer Jerry Ivy, trails, sidewalks. So we have a lot of things that we want to accomplish on that south side of Jerry Ivy Park.
Yeah. And we could go on with all 26 parks, but we don't have time for that right now.
Right.
But
the one item I did want to talk about was Bill Burke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure.
Bill Burke is not necessarily part of our master plan. There is some master plan items that we are addressing at Bill Burke, but we're kind of starting today. Actually, we started a construction project at Bill Burke Park to address the additional items of that overall baseball project that we initiated 2 years ago. Fencing improvements, sidewalk improvements, dugout improvements, foul line adjustments, foul pole adjustments, I should say. And that's going to start today and go into the end of March. End of March of 2024.
So it'll be ready in time for baseball season.
Yeah,
next year.
They're going to move pretty fast from now until the end of the year. Weather pending.
Yeah, right.
You never know about weather.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, the past 18 months to 2 years at Bill Burke, there's just a tremendous difference in with all the new turf and the bathrooms and the new umpire dressing area, that kind of thing. So it's really been really noticeable progress there.
Yeah, it's been a great thing, and just want to make sure the public knows that we are going to be putting barricades up in the parking lot at Bill Burke. So if you enter Bill Burke from Crawford, you won't be able to get to the full part of the parking lot to the north side. we are restricting access to the park for cars on that south end. So if you come in, you'll see the barricades. You'll be able to turn right and you'll be able to turn around and leave or park there, use the trail. But we're really asking the public to kind of keep out of the park and let the construction folks do the constructing that they need to do. There will be could be some safety concerns relating to what they're doing. So we didn't want to close the trail off. And we want to have the publicly available bathroom there still open,
Right.
but we want to try to keep use of it contained so we can make sure we move forward fast as possible with our construction project.
Right, right. Okay, well, a lot of moving parts there. So
A lot of moving parts, yeah.
We'll look forward to baseball season next year with
Yeah,
all the
very much
further
so.
improvements. So.
Very much so.
So I think we've covered pretty well the park side. On the recreation side, we have a couple of special events coming up.
We do.
One is kind of a refresh of an old event.
Yeah, we've had the Mayor's Christmas Party for a long time. It's been held at Tony's Pizza Event Center. It's a pretty standard event. We had a lot of performances, Christmas theme, Santa Claus. We decided to look at it with a fresh set of eyes and do it a little differently. It's still called the Mayor's Christmas, but it's Mayor's Christmas Pancakes and Pajamas. And that'll be held at the Salina Fieldhouse on December 8th in the evening instead of the early afternoon time, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We also have the traditional event we have at Tony's Pizza Event Center. We have the noon New Year's Eve event, which is at 11 a.m. to approximately 1 or 2 p.m. on New Year's Eve, December 31st, held at Tony's Pizza Event Center, which is a wonderful party-like atmosphere for kids. We have the balloon drop, which is, I think, an iconic thing that we do, and have that balloon drop.
And milk and cookies toast.
And milk and cookies, yeah.
You can't beat that. I was there last year. The cookies are pretty cool, pretty good.
Yeah, they are. They are very good.
All right. Well, I don't know how you can keep everything straight in your head because there's so much going on in the Parks and Rec department.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
Well, I try to have those dates and details on the top of my head, but sometimes they do disappear. But we have a lot going on, and we want to make a positive impact on our park system. We see the growth in the community. We see the growth of arts. We see the growth of people moving here. We have businesses coming here, and we want our park system to be to grow as well and be improved. And we're excited in the next year or two to kind of resolve some of these outstanding master plan items. And we kind of go on to another phase where we improve on what we have instead of taking care of what we have and fixing what we have. We can start improving on what we have.
Yeah, we're still in kind of catch-up mode right now. But after a few more years, everything will be top-notch, and we'll look to make it even better.
Yeah, that's the plan.
All right. Well, Jeff, I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
And we'll look forward to all the progress on in all the parks. So,
thank you so much.
And thanks for watching The Park Bench. We'll see you next month.